Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Majin Starcraft. And if you're wondering if why my voice might sound off right now, it's not because I'm sick, it's because it's 2 a.m. and I am sleeping and casting at the same time. This is sleep casting. It is a very severe condition that only affects people that play Starcraft and Warcraft and World of Warcraft and pretty much any Blizzard game. And today's game is going to be between ManofOneway, which, if you don't know, is Boxer from the old Brood Wars. So this is going to be an old school player, and he's going to be facing off against Zenith in a Terran versus Terran on the Xel'Naga Caverns. And here we go. So far, standard from both players, getting out SCVs and the supply depots about at the exact same time, almost the exact same position for both of them, mirrors, and we'll see if these guys go mirror all the way. Scout for Boxer. Well, actually I'm gonna try and call him by his new name, and that is ManofOneway. So ManofOneway is getting out his barracks, and so is Zenith. The difference being that Zenith has decided to pull one SCV off his mineral line and send it scouting just in case. This might give the slow a very little economical advantage to ManofOneway, but I don't think it'll count because that one SCV isn't going to make that much difference. We also have these assimilators, these refineries on the way. Assimilators, I'm so sleepy I'm confusing Terran with Protoss. Anyway, we have some building harassment from this little blue SCV here, but another SCV being pulled off the line and nothing really happened. So the barracks will be done slightly earlier for Boxer, so ManofOneway, and he will get his orbital command. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, here we have opted for some Marines before the orbital command, and there's the orbital command. So ManofOneway will have a slight econ advantage, however Zenith is going for his second refinery while ManofOneway is opting to not do that, which might mean a higher Marine composition than Zenith composition. Strangely enough, I can't even pronounce that word correctly right now. Composition, much better. So it's a barracks and factory, and we have a bunker coming down for ManofOneway, so it probably will be in 1-1-1 build and with a slight defense here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do not have a factory, we just have a few Marines. And oh, is he actually going to? He is going to be laying down a Ghost Academy. So we have ghosts in a Terran versus Terran, which is good, I might say, because a ghost harass, if you have enough ghosts, let's say 3 ghosts is all you need, and a nuke, you can come in here, land them here, EMP the orbital command, and then put a nuke on the supply line. And the MP will not be able to have energy for scans and whatnot, and the nuke will just do a lot of damage while you can take out any running away SCVs with snipe. So this is a very nice play for Zenith. He's going to do some nice building, while he's also getting a proxy factory all the way over here, while ManofOneway is opting to get Hellions from this reactor. So double Hellions. And we have this bunker being salvaged. Salvage, if you don't know, and you probably will, gives you enough resources, so probably to get more Hellions, so he will do an early Hellion harass. However, this bunker is also going up, and if we're gonna have 2 SCVs build something here, the poor ManofOneway will not be able to get inside his opponent's base. The Zenith Marines are ready to fulfill this bunker, and we also have a starport on the way, so that means that we might see exactly the strategy I described earlier. This scouting SCV is going to be taken out by these Hellions, and now the Hellions are going to move out across the map. These are going to scout for any kind of proxy and gonna try and do some econ damage, but Zenith actually manages to get 2 supply depots in here, so these Hellions will not be able to do a run by. Meanwhile, ManofOneway is switching off his starport for his factory and getting this reactor on the starport, which might mean double medevac. Let's see, what will he do when he's getting double Viking? true enough, his composition is little. So the proxy factory has landed, and one Hellion will come in here for the harass, but sadly won't be able to do that much damage. Does it have a kill? No, it doesn't. And all these Hellions are gonna find him. So Hellions versus Hellions only. It's pretty much a gangbang because these 6 take out that 1. Yes, I just used porn terminology. Sue me. This factory is going to finally be forced to retreat out of here because these Marines are going to shoot it down, and the 2 Vikings come out and going to start harassing, taking it out as well. So I don't think this factory is going to get away because these Vikings are just going to chase it down. On the other side of the map, we have 3 ghosts. Finally 1 medevac on the way. We're getting a lot of barracks, so 4 racks getting built. This poor SCV is stuck here, and there we go, 4 racks on the way. So Zenith is a little behind at the moment, losing because he's gonna lose this factory. Burn, baby, burn. And he's also a little scared to move out. And apparently he's not gonna opt for a drop. He's gonna try and do a run-in. I don't think that is such a good idea because Hellions are Hellions and they do a lot of damage to bio units. Unarmored units, actually bio units. God, I'm done. See, as you can see, the damage is 8, but 14 versus light. I wonder, what do the ghosts count? I don't think Terran infantry armor. I don't think they count as light. Marines are light. I know that. See, light biological and that's right. The ghosts are biological and psionic. So these Hellions will not do extra damage. However, we do have the Marauders here, and the Marauders getting sniped off by the Ghosts, and now it's Ghosts versus Hellions. We'll see who wins, but these Vikings are landing and gonna do some damage, so Zenith is being forced to pull back here. And this is interesting because you rarely see Vikings on the ground. Their assault mode is fun to watch, but sadly it's not that viable in combat. Now we have a missile turret. I suppose this missile turret is not so much for anti-air because I doubt he's afraid of anti-air, but for cloak. However, if we look at the production tab, we do have stim being researched for Zenith, while ManofOneway is getting stim of his own. No cloak hasn't been researched, nor is it on the way, and neither is a nuke because that factory was taken out. So Zenith is also securing his expansion, which is good. However, ManofOneway has already secured his with 2 orbital commands. The income is in his advantage quite a bit, both gas and both minerals. So that means that Zenith is going to have to macro up really fast and do some damage with his army and try to regain some ground. So we have here an engagement, Marines moving in, Ghosts using snipe, 1 Marauder dying. This missile turret is not necessarily dangerous, but since there is no detect, since there is no cloak, but we'll be able to take out the medevac, and here comes the encounter. All the Marines dies. Now Ghosts are using snipe, the Marauders die, so it's Ghosts versus Vikings. Who will win in a Ghost versus Vikings? I think the Ghosts, because the medevacs are just simply healing the Ghost, but no, apparently Vikings win, Vikings win, Vikings win. For now, the Ghosts actually have enough HP. Vikings lifting off and trying to take out the medevac, but the Ghosts are protecting it, and that battle will go to Zenith. He has 3 Marauders, but these 3 Marauders are just going to get sniped if he doesn't be careful. Now the Marines are here to take some damage, but these 2 more Marauders getting sniped. Snipe is so dangerous and so powerful against these units, but so far only 4 Ghosts, and they're running low on energy, all of them. Let's try and see their HPs, bars. I hate having HP bars because sometimes just clutters up the screen, but now we need them. These Ghosts are really low on energy, so Zenith will be forced to pull back. Another Ghost coming to reinforce here, and we will have another engagement pretty soon. We have 3 SCVs, probably gonna try and tank some damage or repair. They were here to repair that poor Viking, but the Viking is now dead, and all these Marines and Ghosts doing a lot of damage, and now they should do a significant amount of income damage and economical damage. They're attacking the refinery. Not the best idea. I would move out, try to take out the orbital command, but now the orbital command is lifting off, and he is wasting valuable time chasing units because mining is mining, and now all these SCVs being pulled off the line and attacking. This is strange play, but actually I think ManofOneway will be able to hold out. As you can see, 3 more Marauders coming in here, and the Ghosts are extremely low on energy. Only this one has a few energy, probably gonna get off a sniper or 2, but not not going to be enough because all these SCVs, even mules coming in here to probably tank some damage. The SCVs wisely coming to here instead of actually bringing them to his main base. And now if we look at the units lost tab, they are, both players are quite equal, because despite the fact that Zenith has managed to do a lot of damage and cost a lot of marauders, those expensive ghosts that also cost 150 gas and 150 minerals, there we go, have all died. Now if we look at the army tab, let's look at the units. The army tab, we have sorry, computer froze again. ManofOneway in a slight supply advantage, and we also are going to have a drop go down somewhere. Now this supply depot, if you might wondering why is it here, it's pretty good to protect his base from any shenanigans, from run-ins from here, but and it's nice because it's not exactly positioned here to be surprised by the attack. Oh no, it's right here, I have like 1 second to react. So being the supply depot is here, you notice your units right about here. If your supply depot is here, then you'll notice the enemy units right about here, and that is not good. Let's get to the drop. The drop finally happens. We have 2 marauders and 4 marines. I'm gonna start do some damage. I don't think that they've taken out a few SCVs, and now delaying this bunker, which is pretty nice, trying to supply block. I think they should stim and take out some of these supply depots. I said bunker earlier, didn't I? It's late, I'm sorry. And loading up and running away because Zenith's army is going to come in here and try to defend. That drop wasn't exactly as successful as I thought. If we look at the income tab, Zenith is in the economical and harvester advantage, so he doesn't really care that he's lost 2 or 3 harvesters. However, if he would have damaged these supply depots, maybe even destroyed one, he might have done more important damage. We have an SCV coming here. What is this SCV going to do once he gets here? Move out, I guess. Scout for any proxies, I suppose. And Zenith is going to try and take the high yield. Meanwhile, we have a drop here with 2 ghosts using snipe on the SCVs. I don't think that is very viable. Let's see, will this poor medevac get away? I don't think so. It's not gonna get. No, it didn't get away. Bad micro from Zenith there. Did not manage to get his medevac out of the way. However, ManofOneway actually has a very large army here, a very nice composition, getting scanned, but however, there's not much he can do. We have marines, marauders, medevacs, and a few tanks to lay down some epic fire, because tanks are always good against marines and marauders. Now, ManofOneway really needs to do a push here, really needs to do some damage, because Zenith, if he manages to secure this high yield in very good position, he will have a very big economical advantage, and he already does have that economical advantage, because he is on technically, well, 1 base and little, while poor ManofOneway is oversaturating these poor mineral lines, not using mules, keeping them for scans. He is afraid of those ghosts, so the income is clearly favoring Zenith. Meanwhile, we have these marines stimming up, just a slight group of marines, and going to take out this medevac, so it's basically a marine marauder versus marine marauder only. ManofOneway does have tanks, so both armies are just going to hide behind these this structure, and they're going to be separated. ManofOneway is sieging up his tanks, so if he manages to get some vision on his opponent, these tanks are going to do some nice shelling, and boom, because he has vision thanks to this Xel'Naga tower. Not a lot of units dying there, but hey, harass is harass. And now here we have the fight finally engaging. Will these medevacs or will the tanks win? The tanks do offer. Will the tanks siege up? I suppose the tanks should siege up, so it's army versus army. Who will win? And Zenith just GG's out because he did lose. Even though if we look at the units now, we have 6 tanks for ManofOneway, 20 marines and 9 marauders, while only 9 marauders and 2 marines for Zenith. So Zenith was in a bad advantage, even though he had this high yield. He was very low on minerals, so right now ManofOneway could have just forced his way, taking out this expansion and this one, and just pretty much starving out Zenith. So congratulations to ManofOneway, aka Boxer. Glad to see him playing some epic games in Starcraft 2, and I will see you guys next episode.